Hi, this is Max. I asked CC Sabathia to pick his Fantasy Baseball Infield Team. Watch this to find out who he picked and learn a bit more about one of the greatest pitchers in Major League Baseball. I'm on a quest to find the most interesting athletes in the world. Join me by subscribing to my channel, Max Hoops. If you could have a fantasy baseball team, who would be in your infield?
Wow, that's a great question. I guess I would take Adrian Beltre at third. I'll have to say Derek Jeter at short, right? I would have Robbie Cano at second, and Adrian Gonzalez at first. Pitching, on my fantasy team, I would take Kershaw, and catching. Yadi Emily.
Great question.
Who are the top 5 scariest hitters to face?
I don't know about top 5, but I can give one guy credit. Miguel Cabrera is probably the best. Besides Manny Ramirez, he's probably the best right-handed hitter that I've ever faced. So I have to say Miggy and Manny. Manny ain't playing no more, but Miggy. I can't give the other 4 guys credit, so.
How do you think the team is this year?
Well, we've been battling. We played, had a lot of injuries and a lot of guys go down. So I think we've been playing well. We've been doing a good job of holding forward kind of until guys can get back. So, we've done a good job. It's a totally different team than it was in April. But, it's the same team and trying to go out and accomplish a goal and win a championship.
Can you name all your pitches? How many pitches?
I throw a 4-seam fastball, a 2-seam fastball, circle change, a cutter, and curveball.
What does it feel like to be the ace pitcher of the Yankees?
It feels cool. I like get a chance to play with Derek Jeter, Jorge Posada, Mariano Rivera, Andy Pettit. I got a chance to play with all these guys, and I think that they're all Hall of Famers in my eyes. So to be able to play with those guys, it was great to be a part of it.
Do you get nervous before every game?
I do get nervous before every game. And that's something that when I was younger, I would talk to the older pitchers, and they said if you don't get nervous, then you shouldn't be playing. So I get nervous before every game and get the jitters just like everybody else. But once I get into the game, throw a couple of pitches, or if somebody gets a hit a home run, and I'm usually snap out of it.
Who was the scariest person you versed while pitching?
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I grew up a really big King Griffey Jr. fan, and the first time I got to face him was in spring training. I think I was like 17 or 18 years old, and I was scared to death. And I was just throwing the ball hard as I could, wherever I could, and I actually hit him. So I was so scared, and I kept apologizing to him and stuff. So he was probably the scariest, to face. I was shaking.
Who's your favorite teammate?
Favorite teammate? I would have to say in years past I was the closest with Andy Pettit. Me and him were still really close. But Derek Jeter by far. I mean, he's the captain, the leader, and we always have a good time going out, hanging out off the field. So I have to say G.
Do you think you'll make 300 wins?
Hopefully, if I can stay healthy. 300 wins is hard to get, and you have to be lucky and play on some really good teams. But for me, it's just staying healthy and trying to get back out there and helping the team. If I get to 300, fine. If not, I'll take another World Series up.
If you couldn't play baseball, what would be your career?
I always say if I wasn't playing, I'd probably be in my hometown coaching and teaching at my high school. I love to be around the kids and actually coaching football this year for my son. So it's something that I really wanted to do as a kid and be able to give back to the community. And so I definitely would be doing that.
Where were you born?
I was born in Vallejo, California, which is about 30 miles north of San Francisco and Oakland.
How hard and how long do you train each and every day?
As a kid or right now? Right now, I work out in the off season. I probably train 2.5 hours a day, like from about 9 to about 11:30 every morning. And then sometimes when I'm throwing, I'll have 2 days where I work out again at like 2 o'clock and then play catch. Just depends on like the month, but I work pretty hard in the off season. You know, just working on everything. I watch a lot of baseball games. Right now, while I'm hurt, I'm watching every game. I chart a lot of games and stuff. So, you know, I love the game, and anytime I can be around it or get a chance to work at it, I like to do it.
What's your favorite pitch to throw?
Basketball.
When did your career start?
My career started when I was 17. I got drafted by the Cleveland Indians in the first round from high school. So they gave me an opportunity to play, and I wanted to play really bad. So I signed right away and got started.
What's the best part about being a Yankee?
Doing stuff like this, you know, to be able to come out and be in the community, and you know, I think when you're with other teams, you know, it's nothing like being with the Yankees. This is the big leagues. So to be a part of this organization and there's so much history, you know, it's fantastic.
What's your favorite pair of Jordans?
My favorite pair of Jordans are the Concords, the 11s. That's my favorite pair of cleats I wear too, but the most comfortable, I have to say, the 13s. That's why I got them on my trip.
What's it like to win the World Series?
Great feeling. Something that, you know, as far as my sports career goes, that was, you know, obviously the height of it. You know, being able to win a World Series is fantastic, but being able to win here in New York and have the parade and the Canyon Heroes and stuff is awesome.